Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to come to the second machine in this series, directories S1.110. The link will be put into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine. I think it's very interesting. And here you can notice its file format, which is ISO image. This requires us to take a bit different way to create a machine in VMware or VirtualBox. If you have any problem with this, please let me know in the comment below. So without further ado, let's just get started. Of course, I think the key technique I'd like to demonstrate in this video would be Python. And because this machine involves cracking passwords and the default lock queue, I've already used a lot the lock queue word list, but this word list or lock queue word list will fail to retrieve right password. Instead, we need to try many different password dictionary, and you can find them in the second list. You can install second lists. Maybe I can show you what I mean. So you can go to Google second lists and download. You can download it from, or you can use the package manager to install it. Okay, I'm not going to show this process, which is very easy and straightforward. So let's go back. So because the default lock queue word list cannot work, I'd like to repeat it again. About the key point of this video. The lock queue word list cannot retrieve correct password. We need to try to use a different word list in the second list. However, second list has many dictionary, maybe about 100 dictionary files. If you do it manually one by one, this will very tedious process, right? So instead, I'd like to use Python to automate this process. And also we need to use the OS module to walk through or to retrieve all subdirectories and files from a specific directory. And then we can automate this process of cracking. So again, now we can get really started. We can head over to Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. All right, as you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be discovered as 110. We can note down such information to our notebook in case we need this information afterwards. So what are we going to do next? We need to do port and self scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed it before. So now we just get out its result. And as you can see over here, as usual, I took the options like scene scan, the virtual scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file so we can retrieve the result whenever. And from the map scanning results, we can know that the target has several open port numbers. Let's take a look at them one by one. The first one is 21, which is running FTP service, and also the version information, including corresponding version number, VSFTPD. And also by default script scanning, we can tell the target is allowing anonymous FTP login. We need to check it out manually later. So next or second one is 22. And I think the target is running SSH. However, because of some compatibility issue, between the client or between the Kali Linux client and the target. The map cannot determine the exact version information. All right. And the next one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information Apache 2. And also we can get to know it's running SSL module. And the next one is 631, which is running IPP, and also the version information COMPATIBILITY 1.1. So what do we have to do next? We need to enter immersion stage. However, where shall we start from? I think to begin with, we need to enumerate the FTP service first. I think I already mentioned its reason of over and over, in my channel. So how to enumerate this FTP service? First of all, we need to check this version is vulnerable or not. So we can use the utility such as print and the keyword of the service name and also the version information, but no results. So next, we need to check whether. Oh no, we do not need to check. We have already been told by a map the target allows anonymous FTP logging. So now we are going to connect to the target on the port number 21. And the username is anonymous. And no password. Okay, we are in. Now the two directories. Yeah, we should be very careful. We need to, make a cellular enumeration for each service. And there are two directories download. We can go inside this directory. And, a bit weird. Even we can see some directory, directories names. Usually, such directories would be, under the root directory of the Linux. But anyway, we can go inside each of them, attack, subdirectory, and the core. What's that? And also very big, or a bit big. Maybe we can download this file, get core, no problem. So host file also we can, but host file usually doesn't contain information of a value. And so how about the issue? Oh, even we can notice this file shadow. So shadow. Okay, so now let's go back. So how about OPT directory? The two directory, the bin. Again, another attack. Very interesting. But I don't think. Oh, password file. We can use get, not cat, password file. Okay, so now let's go back and go to the home. Tom. Nothing here. And go to user directory. Nothing here. Go to var. Nothing here. Let's go back. Let's walk back to the home directory of FTP. So we have already walked through OPT. How about root? We have a permission to access root directory. Of course, this is not actual root directory on this system. So nothing here. Let's go back. Go to user. Nothing here. Go to var. Very interesting machine. You know, this is not like other machines on the Vulnhub. A bit funny. So now let's go back. So we have already walked through the download directory. So how about the incoming directory? But nothing here. So I think we have already retrieved important files from the target through FTP. So now we need to check the downloaded files. So how about the password file? Looks like this file belongs to Windows. This is not what we want. Maybe, you know, this file, the username is Tom, and this file was got from the Windows machine. Yeah, I think so. So how about the shadow? We can find this, but usually the root password is complicated. Maybe we can copy emulation, the emulation, the map scanning. So now we can take a look at the core. But the core, what's that? We can use a file command to display its file type. Actually, this is the 32-bit executable. Interesting. And we can use strings. Oh, we can get something. At its or in its end, we can find some. It looks like this information should be from the shadow file. We can copy, and we can maybe, you know, next I'd like to copy or create hash file for each user. Okay, so we can from here, yeah, not here until here. We can copy, and we can write into this one #1, and the second user. I think admin LP sync are system users. For us, they are useless. So how about this one? We can copy from its beginning to its end here. #2. And be banter. We can copy #3. Okay. #4. Okay. You can cut out the hash, and then we have already got the, you know, the hash values. And the next, it's very clear. We can launch John the Ripper and use raw keyword list to crack. However, as I mentioned at the very beginning, the default raw keyword list cannot work. I'm not going to demonstrate this process or this step. I've already done such similar things for many times. So next, I'd like to use the Python to automate this process to crack each hash value with different password dictionary. You know, I've already installed the checklists, passwords. You know, so many dictionaries or files under this directory. 62. Even there's some subdirectories. So we need to, recursively retrieve files from each subdirectory. Okay. So I think there will be about, several dozens of files which can be used as dictionary to crack the password. But I can put it aside for a while. Let me continue our immersion. Okay. So I think we can, the hash value we have already got. Next, we can use Python combined with the John the Ripper. Okay. We can use the Subprocess module. And I think you know what I mean when we get it there. But I'd like to continue our immersion. So next service would be HTTP service, right? So now we can open up the browser to do the manual immersion. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. And we got the similar side back as the first machine in this series. And the second, we can click and we can get some username and, or the email accounts. In the first machine, we extract the username and try to use Hydra or Medusa or Python to crack the password. I'm not going to do that. Okay. So now we can check whether this site has robots file or not. Not found. Next, we can launch the Nigto to do the automatic immersion. Nigto can give us a lot of information about the web application. For example, like Nigto has already discovered this module, OpenSSL. Maybe we can check whether this is vulnerable or not. So we can use such a sprite. We can open SSL. Press enter. The B. The subversion is B. I don't think we can find a workable exploit for this module. So next we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory immersion. And GoBuster can only discover some, like copyright, index 2, but none of them can give us any more information in terms of, the valuable vector. Okay. So I'm not going to wait anymore. So how to do? I think just to mention, maybe we need to crack the password for these hash values. And so how to do? And we can open up the PyCharm. Okay, and let's create a new file. We can call it like passwords crack. Okay, and we can the first module I'd like to import is Subprocess. So we can use this module to execute command for such as John the Ripper. Okay. And the next, I'd like to import sys module. And next, just I mentioned we can import OS module. OS module can help us to retrieve directory and file information for specific directory. Okay, very useful. We can use one method, walk, very, very convenient for us. We can easily get all files from a particular directory. And, such retrieval is done recursively. Okay, I think you will see what I mean when we get it there. And so next, first, I'd like to define the first function, def get file names, and we can pass the directory name. Okay, and we can put some comments. This is, the name of directory which we want to retrieve file information. Okay, and return the list or the file name list, and just of course just a text file. The marked down file like MD or any other file like zip will not be included. Okay, so now pass. So next method we need to define is a def, and we can crack with John, and we can pass the file or word list. Okay, word list and the the username. Okay, next we can define the main function, and then we can, of course, for now we just put the keyword pass if is main, and then we just run it. Okay, so first of all we need to define the first method. Oh, sorry, not a method. This should be function, although they are very similar. And this is very easy. We can, first of all, we can define the list. So the file name list now is empty. We can for the os.walk and the name, and this method will return three things. The first one is current directory path, and the second would be subdirectory name, the name, and then files. Okay, now we can do the second loop for file in files, and then we want to join we want to get the absolute path for each file. So how to do? And we can use the file path would be os path join, and the current directory path and the file. Okay, and before we append this file path to this list, we want to exclude any other extension. So if the file, we can use the os path split text and the file path, and this will return the list, and the second element in this list would be extension. So we can call it the first one if text. Okay, and then we can file name list append, and we can put the file path. Okay, then we can return the file name list. Okay, maybe we can run it to see whether we can get the list of file name. Okay, we can run it. We can print. Oh, we need to pass the directory. We want to get sec lists passwords. Okay, so this one. So this should be the directory path. Okay, so let's run it. Before we proceed, Python password crack. As you can see, we successfully got all files, right? Passwords. Oh, I think this is wrong. Sorry about it. This should be this one. We just, I think, what can we do? The file we can break. Okay. Let's run it again, because you know we retrieved the markdown, the gzip file CSV. This is not what we want. We want to, yeah, I think now is right. The result should be right. So we have already retrieved all files, and each file in this list would be absolute of one particular dictionary. Later we can use this dictionary to crack password. Okay, so now I think fantastic. We have already done the first step, and this function works well, or works as we expected. So next, what can we do next? We can run command, and we can the commands. What's that? We can use John the Ripper word list, and we can copy and we can put over here, and we can crack the first hash value, and here is not what we want, and we can delete, and we can use the formatted string. Okay, and then the word list and the command. Of course, check next. We can run command, the subprocess, check output and commands. We can pass a list rather than string. Command, we can use split. Okay, and also error. We want to retrieve the error information. Subprocess. Stand output. Okay. Next, if username in the code, it means that the password has been found, and then print password found. Okay, and then we can print out code. Okay, if username in, if not, we do not need to do anything, right? So next, we can come to the main function. The file name list, we can run the first function, and we can copy this pass. This one will return all file, or the absolute path of all files under this directory. Okay, and all files, the extension of all these files are text file, and then we can pass it to the John Reaper, right? So now we can loop over file in this, loop over this list, and so can crack, and also we can, if found, I think we can exit the program. We do not need to go on, right? Cross password. So the file and the username. The first username is root. So I think that's it, right? I think that's it. Hopefully there is no error in my code, but don't worry, if there is some kinds of a code, we can fix it, right? So now we can try to print some information on its way. We can print now, format the string, try to use password dictionary. So the file, okay. Not so complicated code, right? So let's run it. Python, run it. Try to use this password. Yeah, password found. And however, we didn't get the root. Fuck. Oh, I think root. I think I need to fix the problem. Sorry, I come back. I made a bit of change to this condition. I put this symbol or or special character, and if found in the output, if we can find the username we passed in, and then it means that the password has been found successfully. Okay, so now let's run it. So the first hash value I'd like to crack is the hash. This is for root user. We can run it, password crack, and as you can see, it will go through all possible dictionary under the passwords directory, second lists, the so many word list, and we can automate this process very efficiently. Very quick, because we combine the capability of Python and John the Ripper, and we can use the module Subprocess. Subprocess can run or execute the commands what we pass in. As you can see, we successfully get the correct password, so we can copy, and similarly we can run this program for other users. For example, I'd like to run. We can change, for example, the cert value, and the cert value, the username is bbanter, and bbanter. So the bbanter, the username is bbanter. Also, we need to make some change. We can copy and paste over here. Okay, so now let's run it again. Python, and this will go through the same process with the the different passwords dictionaries. So in this video, I have been showcased the two techniques with Python. The first one, how to retrieve all files under particular directory. And also we can exclude some particular files with particular extension. Okay, as you can see, we successfully retrieved the password for this user. Next, we can run the last and the coffee. We can copy. We need to do some changes to this code, and this would be false. Even we can automate the whole process. But anyway, you know what I mean, right? You have already got my major idea. So we can run the Python again, and this will go through the same process, iterating all word lists until this program finds the password, the correct password. I think this is great, right? Fantastic. I hope you can do it yourself using Python. Okay, and we can copy and paste over here. So next, I think we can, SSH to the target, SSH, and similarly, similar to the first machine, we need to put these two options. Otherwise, we will get error. And of course, the IP address should be changed to 110. Press enter and the password. So password for this user. Copy. All right. Even I think we can, can switch to root user because we have already got the password. So we can switch to root user. Root user would be this one. Okay, now we have already a super user on the target. Of course, the SSH is, the password authentication is disabled for the root user. For example, if you change the user to root, this will not work. Root, and we can pass the password. Of course, the password is correct. However, you will get error. Yeah, permission denied. Okay. So public key password keyboard interactive permission denied. So I think that's pretty much it. See you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.